Hi everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at a game called Flippy Friends AR Multiplayer. This game was developed by Oleg Beresnev. It's hard to describe this game, so I can describe this game as a combination of Flip Knife and 3-color matching games and a racing game. Now the controls of this game are quite simple. You need to aim with your cursor to the area where you want your character to jump, and then you can just swipe, and the longer the swipe, the more powerful the jump, the higher the jump. Now, unlike some very skilled knife flipping games here, it's kind of designed to actually more land correctly most of the times. However, there is an option to miss, or for example, just to land incorrectly or to land out of bounds. This is something that which you can actually fail, but the game doesn't really punishes you for that. You have a time limit in which you actually need to finish a certain amount of routes, to jump onto a certain amount of routes in order to complete the level. Now, you complete levels quickly, you need to, of course, land on 3 fruits of the same type, and then you get your superpower charge up, and then you can use it. And when you land, it doesn't matter when you land, you'll deal a huge blast in a certain radius that eliminates many fruits, as you can see here in this video right now. You can then decide to spend your materials, in this case coins and gems, in order to increase the combo strike radius, which is very important as you progress, because some of the levels will be quite intensive and you have little time to finish them, so we need to have a really wide blast in order to collect as many fruits as possible in a very short period of time. Before we jump into the game, you can see there's a store, VIP Club. It's a subscription service which you can get, of course, good stuff when you do this, and you can also purchase gems and coins and unlock characters for money, remove ads, and there are also quite a long list of characters which you can unlock, which each one of them has its own kind of personality and different type of jump and feeling, so you can unlock them. I unlocked, I'm later going to show you the next one, the blue one, that cost me 2,000 coins. So here you can see this one you get free if you play a multiplayer game. This one is the blue one. I'm going to show it to you later. I unlock it from coins. This one costs a lot. You can actually unlock also the other one with by watching ads. This is a really cool one. This one is really awesome. This one you can unlock by playing their other game, Flippy Knife. So let's just jump into the game. As you can see, after scanning the surface, the game will put the character and fruits on the floor. It's up to you to try to collect them as fast as possible. As you can see on the top right side, you can see the number of fruits that you need to collect for each type. So there's bananas, apples in this case, and lemons. If you do, for example, here are 3. Oh, actually, I missed. I did 2 lemons and actually hit an apple. And now we're going to aim to the 3rd apple. We're going to get a combo, and then I'm going to just jump, and I'm going to deal there's a big blast when I land, and I collect more fruits on the way. At the top you can see the timer. On the right side you can see the ones that I completed, so I need just to focus on apples and bananas in order to finish this. I finished this. It's kind of a cool animation of many fruits, and then I get rewarded for finishing the level. The higher the number of stars, the better the rewards, as you can see. There's one thing that was kind of awkward in this game. It was inconsistent in a way that it actually plays the fruits depends on the area that you actually scanned previously. So it actually was easier when I just scanned a small area, because the fruits were actually more in a relatively small area compared to if I just walked around in an area and scanned a larger area. It's actually placed some fruits actually on the side, as you can see here. So I actually failed with the jump. So later on, just prefer putting it in a relatively small scale. So that in mind, actually the difficulty here was actually related to, I mean, in just this particular case, related to the size of the scanned area, which I think is quite odd to do this way. But of course, there are other difficulty related to the distance between the fruits and the time that you have left in order to finish the level. Because, for example, if you aim for a small fruit, you can sometimes miss, because if you hold the device, you can see your hands are a bit, a bit shaky, so you can actually miss when you aim for the this little fruit. I forgot his name. Yeah, the kiwi. You can actually miss it, and I missed it quite a lot. Now you can see something interesting, right? I can see a watermelon, right? The thing is that it happened to me several times where I couldn't see the food that was left in order for me to finish the level. And what I needed to do is to create a combo, eliminate many fruits, and then more fruits will enter the game, and I can find the missing food that I need in order to finish the level. You can see I need a watermelon, and it just dropped, and then I can use it in order to continue and finish the level successfully later on. Now, in terms of visuals, I really like the game because it looks really vibrant, colorful, splashy, and it's even better when you add the sound effects and music. It's just a beautiful game to watch, and it kind of reminds me of another game that I played previously called Pest Invasion. You can check my review on my blog on ARKit-enabled.com. You can find a review of this game. And there's something cool about, when you play in an environment that it's not that interesting and not that colorful, you can actually inject some really life and colors into it. It makes it a bit, for me, more exciting to go downstairs and enjoy this little garden at the back of the building. Now, in terms of the gameplay mechanics, it's very simple. Everyone can pick it up, and this is a good side. On the less exciting side, the game itself, the gameplay mechanics are kind of repetitive and leads to a stale gameplay experience after not a long period of time. Now, this game is inspired by Flippy Knife, at least the gameplay mechanic, but the thing is with Flippy Knife is you need to pay a good amount of attention to the angle and the amount of force you put to the knife. Here, actually, the game is more, again, forgiving. You can miss, as you can see, I missed here, but most of the time you're going to learn correctly. So in terms of difficulty, it doesn't really resemble games like Flippy Knife. Now I can understand the decision of the developer making it like that, instead of making it like more the difficulty similar to Flippy Knife, because a game like this should have a short gameplay session to prevent hand fatigue, of course, and you want things to be quite spread around the environment to make it interesting to play in augmented reality, and not a game that you need to stay focused and spend most of the time just making fine-tuned movements in order to make sure that you are nailing things correctly. And if it was like that, the game would probably had a much more short gameplay session, and it wouldn't be that interesting to play it in such a game in augmented reality. This game reminds me of another game called TBAR. I want just to show you some gameplay of that game so you can see their similarities. So this is TBAR. This is a color matching game, but you don't need to make a character jump on each egg. You just need to swipe with your hand. So it's a very fast-paced game, and it's very comfortable to play. But you also have this character that can actually throw eggs at you, and you need to dodge it, which makes the game really interesting and fun to play. Now, having a character, this dude that throws eggs at you, was kind of interesting, and it was fun to play like this as a single-player gameplay experience, because you felt like there's something else, like an AI character out there that actually plays with you. In this case, play against you. Now, back to Flippy Friends AR Multiplayer game. So again, this is also a multiplayer game. You can choose to play alone, single player, or play a multiplayer game with up to four friends in total. This means that you're actually competing with your friends in the same game, and this is really exciting. And actually, this is the feature that I actually think that makes the game more interesting and fun to play compared to playing it alone, you know, as a single player experience. Now keep in mind that when I talk about multiplayer, this is a local multiplayer, so you can play with up to 4 friends. And this can become really erratic, and you know, just imagine 4 of those characters in the same level competing against each other, you know, and those, especially when those each one of them making really cool sound and look different and have their own kind of animation jumps. It can be really cool. Now I don't have a second device to test it out, though I had someone to come with me in order to play with me at the time I was reviewing it. But this feature is really one of the highlights of this game, and I think if you have someone to play with, by all means do so, because I think this is the way to play this game and enjoy it the most. Now I promised you that I'll show you another character, so I actually played and I collected enough coins in order to buy another character. So I bought this blue one. And as I told you, they have different types of jumps and they look different, behave a little different. So Blue Bear, this is a common one. Yeah, there's like higher rarity ones. So this is not that rare. But let's check out some gameplay and see how it plays. It's kind of a weird character, right? A blue bear with kind of ghostly-like effects, but it can be really cool when you play against friends and each one brings its own character with different sound voices and jumps, and it can be really fun. So yeah, I stay with this character and continue playing with it. The other ones will take me much more time to play, unless I decide to purchase some of them from the store. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to continue playing until I get enough coins in order to unlock some of the other ones. And I also want to play their other game in order to unlock that really special characters that looks really badass. So this is it. This is my initial review of Flippy Friends AR Multiplayer. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to bring you a multiplayer gameplay. Whenever I can, I'm going to post another video and just talk about this specific feature in the game. And if you play this game, I highly recommend trying the multiplayer, because I think the most fun resides in this particular game mode. Oh, one important thing is that I'm playing outside. It's probably you see it's a large area, but you can actually resize the gameplay and play it even on a table with friends. So don't worry about that. And also, when you invite friends, just create a room. There's option to create a room, and then they can join into the room and play. So you can decide on the size of the game, and then they just join with their characters and you play together. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This helps me a lot, motivates me and supports the channel. And I'm going to see you soon on the next video. Enjoy and have fun. See you soon. Bye bye.